when like the Bulls win in Utah, Game 6. It is what it is.
Do you think it matters to anybody else though? To the average fan, does it matter?
Yeah, maybe to
I
that.
don't think
Maybe
so.
well, to the Boston fan, it value matters.
Yeah, it probably will. From a aesthetic perspective, like but shoot, you
So
expect that.
would you be more
What?
greedy for? You'll be more greedy to as a fan to be like, hey, lose this so you can bring it home.
No. I mean, if
You
you
don't
got a
want to do
chance
that.
to,
You want to
you
end
got a
that
chance
shit
to
now.
knock somebody out. You got a chance to choke
Man,
somebody. You go ahead
shit
and
out the
choke
way,
them, bro.
bro. Niggas are trying to
Get
get
them
this
out
shit
the
out the
way,
way
bro.
right
We know how that
I
shit
ain't
get,
yeah.
boy.
trying to.
Like
I ain't
Roman
trying to
said,
go back to Boston with you.
your asshole get tight. Go back to
now. Yeah,
Boston.
no, that is his line though. You know what I'm saying? Especially for Dallas Cowboys. You know what I'm saying? When that moment get tight, you
Come
know what
on,
I'm
man.
saying? You
That moment get tight,
know what
dog.
I'm
I'm
saying?
telling you. You lose two, you gonna be looking like, oh shit.
Facts.
Get them all the way
And
right now.
and
Injury might happen.
and
You never know. I'm telling you.
Luka Doncic to feel
I
like
thought
he
Coach
could
was gonna do his
have.
annual intro.
Yeah,
That's
for
not
real.
what we need. That's all it takes. 3 good games in a row.
The fact that he fouled out was crazy. Like that, like it was just like, bro, what?
All I know is this has been a long time coming. I've been saying this entire time. This has been a long time coming. Like I said, we cannot. The last thing we could have afforded to do as the Boston Celtics would have been to allow Luka Doncic to come in here in his first try and get a title. That shit would have just been because what was all the have patience and trust the process and all that? What all that shit would have been for naught if this nigga could just come through and just here we go, title. Like,
For sure.
bruh,
For sure.
That's true.
the Celtics need to close this shit right now. That ain't. I'm not trying.
They have to.
You know what I'm saying? Send it back to Dallas or send it back to Boston. No, send it home. Like that's what we need to. We need to close it. You know what I'm saying? Whatever the case may be,
Yeah, flat
because
out.
yeah, and for real, I think the conversation we should be having is because how important is it for y'all for Jason Tatum to outshine everybody en route to this championship?
I mean, honestly, to me personally, I don't give a damn. You know what I'm saying? It's a team game. Um, I just think what it is, like people put the light on Jason Tatum just because of how he came in. You know, he's been mentored by Kobe. You know what I'm saying? He kind of had he had the success early. And so I think they just kind of just put the light on him as making him like the golden boy. And it kind of made it easy for Jaylen Brown just to be able to go ahead and do his thing and, without the light being on him like that. But also too, Jaylen Brown got his money first too. So it's like, well, shit, you did get like 315 or 305, whatever the hell he got. So it was like, shit, he playing his contract. So he got paid. So Jason Tatum ain't got paid yet. You know what I mean? So now he probably will be getting paid after this year possibly,
Yeah,
but that's something to think about too. But
yeah,
Dallas
it is.
Mike, is
I
it
mean, I
important to
think
you?
that. I mean, to me, it's not. I mean, I think like we said before, I feel like Tatum has already carried. He showed it. He's a guy already. He's carried him thus far. The emergence of Jaylen Brown is a plus. And, you have Holiday and Derek White. You have others, Horford. Like Horford has carried them for a period of time. Like, and in that sense, I feel like Tatum has already kind of proven his worth. So to me, he the top dog in my opinion. It's not really anything to fight over. I'm just happy for. I think more or less, I'm just happy for Jaylen Brown. The fact he is getting his credit. He's not just a number 3. He's a bona fide 1A to me.
Okay, I respect that.
Because that's how I seen him before. I seen Brown as like, that nigga ain't really that like that, but you can see the improvement. You can see the tenacity he's picked up, his hunger. He's like, I really want to be the best player out here. I'm gonna show y'all I'm really the best player out here. So.
I agree.
So if JB was to get a Finals MVP,
Oh, JB getting the Finals MVP.
Yeah, that's stamped. I think. Yeah, I think that's stamped.
You say he is?
Yeah, he getting.
I think so.
Eastern, just like Residente keeps saying, the Larry Bird Trophy winner,
And then the Bill Russell
Yeah.
winner.
and now the was it Michael Jordan
Bill
Trophy,
Russell. Bill Russell.
Bill Russell Trophy
Mm.
for Finals MVP in
It's
the
only
same
fitting.
year.
Only fitting.
Would that change the temperature in the locker room? Would that change the temperature around the narrative?
That's just gonna be it's gonna be a media thing. I think in the locker
Yeah,
room it's gonna be
yeah,
just fine. It's gonna be
yeah,
the media that's gonna try to make it a story and try to put them two against each other. I think them two is just fine. They've been playing each other
yeah. I
for the
think,
last 6-7 years. Like, you know.
yeah, 100%. I think that.
No, yeah, go ahead.
No. I would just. I think that. Jalen Brown talked about that recently. In an interview, he said he's played on multiple teams with Tatum, so it's not like they're not familiar with each other anyway. So he was just like, it's more of a bonus of him playing with them in the pros. So I don't
Yeah.
think they have any real animosity towards each other. I think they're both even kill brothers, so they kind of understand. Like, okay, I know he a dog, I know I'm a dog. They kind of show you the right way to do it. Really, showing other guys who have been in that position, this is how you do it. This is how you go out and say, hey, I know I can hoop, you can hoop. Let's do it together and let's make it work.
That's a good point there.
So did you see? Because you've seen it firsthand yourself. Did you see Scotty and Jordan as 1A, 1B?
I'll say this.
Mm.
Early on, no. I think Scotty turned it on in that Knicks series for our second championship. That's when you started realizing, like, oh shit, Scotty really is getting better. And then when Jordan left, you kind of seen Scotty like turn the corner. Like, to me, I think Phil was playing mind game with Scotty. Letting Kukoc get, these opportunities where it's like it's a guarantee. Like, Scotty's the guy now. Get him the ball. And I think he took a step back after that because he wanted a new contract too. So I think he had like a certain peak where he on that level with Jordan, and then I think he just took a back seat. If you look at his numbers dropped after that too. I think that Jordan a lot of time had to step his game up even more. That's why I'm such a Jordan fan. It's like you look at the '98 finals, or you look at the series with Seattle. Like, he really didn't really get no help like that. Like, Pippen always was hurt. He had a foot injury. He had a back injury. So to me, he had a peak when he was really on Jordan level, and they were really equals. And then he kind of, got into that role of being number two. It got to a point where Scotty was getting cooked too. It's like I showed that Sean Kemp film. Scotty was getting cooked, bro. He wasn't that top dog defender he was when he played against Magic.
And I guess that's another point, is because, like I said, bro, they've been playing together for a long time, but they still so young, and they barely just scratching the
very
surface.
young.
So it's like,
They
if
are.
they was to
They
get
are,
it
man.
now, if they was to get it right now, could the team break up? It's like, we really
Well,
just not. It's like, go ahead.
I was throwing the bull job out there. I don't think they would get rid of Tatum, but I mean, you just never know when it comes to business and money. I'm interested to see what Ruben Rowe got to say, or either Lethal, about how you think they would, if they do win it all. What's going to be will it be backlash? Will it be what? What y'all expect to happen?
Ain't gonna be no backlash. There ain't gonna be no backlash. I mean, they win it all. They gonna sign Tatum. At the end of the day, you got two superstars, like I said, who one's like 25, I think the other one's like 26 or something like that. They signed Jalen Brown first, which was, now granted, now I have to probably ask 2-5 this one, because I thought Jason Tatum was drafted first.
No,
So
Brown
I think
came
Brown
first.
So Brown was drafted. Okay,
Yeah,
so it's
they go
kind of okay.
back to back
So
number 36.
Tatum's contract will be up next year, correct? Or the end of this season.
I believe so.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Brown got
Okay.
paid last year. Yeah.
He got paid last year, so yeah, they're gonna sign Tatum, bro. They're gonna keep them too. If anything, as far as the other moving pieces, the Drew Holiday, Drew Holiday's locked in. They got Drew Holiday locked in. Brown's locked in. I think Porzingis is locked in. I think Derek White probably might be on the floating. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how his contract is looking. But outside of that, you lock up Tatum. I mean, they probably just gonna bring that same team back. Um, I really can see that. Like, I don't see why not.
So 2-5. My questions earlier that I'm basically gonna field to you right now. Jaylen Brown is a Larry Bird trophy winner and a potential what looks like for according to the rest of the box front runner to be a Bill Russell trophy winner.
Right.
Would that change the temperature in the locker room? And part two of that question is, we already know the media gonna fuel something behind it. Do you think a media fuel something like that could potentially lead this team to breaking up?
Not this year. Winning cures everything. That shows itself the first sign of adversity. You know what I mean? Like hypothetically, next season starts and let's say first 40 games, let's say they're 25-15. You might hear some rumbling,
Mhm.
or let's say they even get through to the playoffs next year, 1 or 2 seed losing the semifinals, then you probably hear about it. But for
Mhm.
the time being, no, I think they're just happy to win the championship. Jason Tatum has obviously sacrificed some of his game to allow them to be the team that they are. So if he's willing to do that, there had to be some form of expectation that something like this could happen.
Mhm.
For sure.
Yeah, I definitely
So
agree with that.
do you think it so the bill do you think Jaylen Brown winning the finals MVP is important as far as both of their career trajectories? Does it bring down, well, not necessarily bring down, but does it, again, I just have to know, does it change the conversation in your
Bless
opinion?
you.
Thank you.
I think it'll prove what me and Mike were talking about, where now all of a sudden you might hear Jalen Brown's name in MVP conversations and all NBA teams and things like that where we weren't hearing that before.
Like with the same like the same stats or whatever, and like
Yeah,
compared to, okay.
yeah, because now he would be theoretically he would be on a different tier now, because he still, even though he might win this Finals MVP, he won the Eastern Conference Finals MVP. As far as the regular season goes, he hasn't had a Tatum season yet. You know what I mean? Like Tatum's still out here averaging, 29 or 30 during the regular season, so on and so forth. So you know what I mean? Like, but nobody criticized Jalen Brown for not doing that.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Now you might invite some of that where it's like, hey, you're a finals MVP, you're the $300 million man. We need to see this. You know what I'm saying? Or, like, so it's going to be up to Jason Tatum, to decide, as
Is it still like, yeah.
I always make the analogy, does he want to be Paul George or Kawhi?
Hmm. Okay.
Like, that's what it boils down to because Boston obviously works when he's Paul George. You know what I mean? Jalen Brown is not capable of being Paul George.
It's a deep take
Do I
there.
believe that?
Yeah,
Is
so
Jalen?
so I mean, just looking at their games, like Jason Tatum is the facilitator. He is the better defender. Theoretically, more than not, he's the better shooter. Like percentage wise or whatever. You know, um, he's the one with the off the dribble game,
Mhm.
and can all that stuff. Whereas Jalen is more forceful and just wills himself to baskets or whatever. Whereas like Jason Tatum has more variety of ways to score.
Right.
So
Because
that's why I say like I don't think Jalen can do that.
because so because like you were saying, it's like nobody's criticizing him for not putting up a JT like season because we get, well, again, we know what it is. We know what's up. So if he was to win this Bill Russell trophy, um because when we look at the shot attempts since 2020 or 2021, I mean they're like right there. Like I don't think there's more than 2 or 3 difference. I think Tatum would be shooting like 21 or 20, and JB would be shooting 19 or 20, if not 18.
Right.
So it's like if there's so I'm what AD be talking about LAR way as far as like the him just jacking shots and having the little man syndrome. Like I put stock in that, but I still take it with a grain of salt. You know what I'm saying? It's like
But
I'm not gonna fully subscribe to it, but I'm not mad at it. But
but
at
I
the
think
same
this
time,
postseason, I think this postseason has shown us that, and this is not a criticism, to me it's just a matter of fact. Um, this postseason has shown us that Jalen's the one willing to do that, though.
mhm.
You know what I mean? So it's not. So I don't think it's a Jalen Brown as being a ball hog, and he's like, "Yo, this is my moment. I'm about to do this." He just has that personality, and Tatum doesn't.
Right.
Yeah, I think that's
And there's nothing wrong with that. You know what I mean? But it's just that I think at the risk of pissing off Mike, you know what I'm saying? Like Jordan fucked this up for everybody because Jordan came through, crushed the buildings. So in our minds we were like, this is how it's supposed to look. If you're the best player on a team, this is how you're supposed
Mm-hmm.
to act. This is how you're supposed to do it. And Kobe followed that. But then LeBron did the I'm gonna kick it out to Kyle Korver, and we were like, yo, what the hell you doing? You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? And now that Jason Tatum is doing this, he's getting the criticism because he also talks about Mamba mentality when he's really a garter snake at best.
yeah. Seriously,
Ooh,
A
that's
I
tough.
hate that
garter
Kobe
snake
shit.
at
I hate
best.
when they bring
That's
it up
fine.
for
That's
anybody.
fucked up, man. But see what it is,
I don't like
like I said
yo.
earlier, he got mental about Kobe. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, Kobe, he was supposed to be the next guy, if that makes sense. Like, you know what I'm saying? He
Right.
got Kobe shined the light on him. Now, granted, Kobe passing away, I'm sure he would have been loved to have still been able to work with him. You know what I'm
But
saying?
that's kind of the problem though, is that these guys like Jason Tatum and Kyrie are trying to live up to a Kobe standard instead of creating their own.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I can see that. But I mean, look at Kobe. He tried to live up to a Jordan standard, and he didn't really create his own. Even though
But it's
everything he
different.
did was.
It's different though because Kobe, um, he had Jordan's game though. You know what I mean? Like he played like Jordan and he was like the same size as Jordan. Like
Hmm.
Kyrie is smaller than Steph Curry and
Mhm.
he thinks that he's Kobe. Jason
Yeah,
Tatum is like 6'9", 6'10", depending on who you believe.
Mhm.
And and he thinks he's Kobe. You know what I mean? Instead of
Mhm.
as a 6'9" dude in this NBA today, like Jason Tatum, like just looking at him, he's the prototypical basketball player for this era.
yeah,
Like when we look back at this era of basketball, we're gonna look at Jason Tatum as like you are like you should have been if he's not by then. You should have been the defining player of this era based on your look.
I feel you,
You know what I mean?
and I
But
still
we
kind of feel
won't
like
get
he
there.
is,
But we won't. No, he's not.
But honestly,
bro.
I feel like if Jason Tatum, let's just say, if he was like a early Kobe, like a stingy Kobe, then I don't think Jaylen Brown gets to be the Jaylen Brown that we see today. You know what I'm
no,
saying?
you're
Like,
right, 100%. You won't.
let's just say, like in the early first 3 seasons, let's just say JT was taking all the shots. He was just being selfish. Like, you get yours, whatever you better get the rebound. You know what I'm saying? And I think it might have been a
No,
little
no, and it
different
was
with.
never like that, and I feel like that's
I'm so
crazy.
saying. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. That's what makes. I think that's what separates. Like I'm saying, if JT was stingy like that, then I don't think Jaylen Brown's able to develop like he's able to develop. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just think certain situations, players really got to sacrifice certain things in order to have a 1A and 1B. Somebody got to sacrifice. There's no way that I can take 50 shots, you take 50 shots, and we're gonna win this thing. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's like
Yeah, that's real.
it's like pulling the rope. It's a nut tag. You know what I'm saying? It's like you give a little bit, I give a little bit. So you know.
Mm-hmm.
And bro, Jason
Like I said,
Tatum
they
never
they giving
shot
you the
below
blueprint right now.
45. He never shot below 45% from the field.
I
Never.
mean, end of the day, bro, I like both of them. I like Jason Tatum. I like Jaden Brown. They both fit for each other. Boston did a great job at drafting both of them. They both were young. And at the end of the day, all this friction, not friction, but all this noise just comes from the media. The media wants to create a story, wants to add, wants to say
Mm-hmm.
that it has to be a problem. Because in the media's eye, they're like, there's no way in hell that two great players could be on the same team and somebody's not hating on the next person. When it's like, end of the day, you get your bag, I get my bag. We finally get the championship. It is what it is. They don't have to
Well,
be
that's
your
why
team, my
Jason
team.
Kidd said what he said.
I think he would say that to try to cause a little
And that
something.
shit
Yeah,
did
that's
not
what I'm
work.
saying. He was trying to,
Yeah.
he was trying to be
That
like,
shit
hey, I
definitely
don't
didn't
know
work.
if he's like,
Yeah,
I
you're
don't
right.
know if there's friction, but if there is, we're about to find out and see it.
He need to worry about his own damn team. Shit, talk to his guy.
That's a
And stop,
fact.
you know,
Look,
stop blaming everybody else. They want to be scared. They don't want to tell Luka play some damn defense. Stop being a little bitch. Waste his time
you know,
talking to the
y'all
goddamn
know
officials
who I
half
want
the
to give
damn
some credit
time.
to right now.
Who's
Talk
that?
to me.
I want to give some credit to Coach Joe Mazzulla. We all wondered, what I think, what he would do in this series as a coach.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like he's done a decent job, not a great job, but I think he has done a decent job with. I thought I brought this point up before with Pritchard and Hauser. They're ready. Like they
Right.
showed
Yeah,
last
it's
night
hard
that
for
they're
me.
ready
I
to
hear you coming
contribute
from
to this
Dallas,
team.
May, but it's kind of one of them things. Was like I don't know how much credit I can really give Mazzulla. Meaning, Ime just had that team in the finals the year before he got there. That grant will happen. Now, granted, he
Mhm.
did just get thrown into the fire, but the team was already put together. You know what I'm saying? So it's like he didn't really have to add a damn thing. And then in the off season, they picked up a few more pieces. You know what I'm saying? They got Porzingis, and they got Derek White or whatever, and they kind of just
Well,
took off.
Well,
yeah, I
Milwaukee
feel you
was like,
from.
yo, take this championship.
Yeah, I feel
Yeah,
you from
you
that
know what I'm saying.
perspective.
So
But I'm
because
saying
sometimes
from.
it's. I feel you coming from, but for me, I look at coaches like sometimes when you got great players like that, and you already got a system, a foundation. Like them players already been together for the two stars been together for 6 years, 5 years. You
Mhm.
know, so by the time he took over, so it's like they already know each other. They already know what to do. All you doing is going there, really just saying, we gonna run this set here. This gonna be the name of this set here. But other than that, everything's iso ball for the most part. You know what I'm
For the
saying?
most
And
part.
then the Dallas team, the way that Dallas plays, Luka gonna hold the ball 70% of the time. And the role players, you be looking at certain players, role players just standing on the side like they got their hands down because they know they're not about to get the ball. So I'm
Well,
like,
you,
is it really? Go ahead, Tufan.
well, you remember first person shooter, right? Like when I look at Drake, I see the Spider-Man meme. You know that's Harden and Luca right now.
Come on, bro. Which one is which?
Hey,
I'm
well,
just saying they both the same. I
why
mean,
every
the
time
only
we got conflict, you got to bring the Drake up into some shit here. You always got to bring some Drake
because
Kendrick beef.
no, no, because the whole time I'm gonna tell you how sick in the head I am. Because the whole time y'all was talking about Drake earlier, and the only thing that popped into my head, I just kept saying,
Come
you
on,
know what I'm
bro.
saying? But
Do it again,
but
Tupac. Yeah.
but no, but for real though, because what's happening is I talk about this a lot when I used to compare LeBron to Peyton Manning. They play their way, no deviation, no matter who the opponent is, no matter what the opponent is showing them, they play their way. That's where Luca is right now. But what's happening is that he's injured. So by the time we get to the fourth quarter, he's worn down the same way that we look at Harden over the course of a year. You're scoring 41 or whatever. Now you're 2 for 10 in this closeout game. Here's Luca with all these turnovers and these dumb fouls, diving on the floor trying to draw fouls instead of just playing
Stupid.
basketball. Like some players, and he's young too. You know what I mean? That's the thing that I think people forget. Luca's still young as well. But
I blame some of it on the Mavericks as well for
yeah,
letting
you
him
got
just
to.
be.
I blame it all on Jason Kidd. Like
You got
you're,
to
you're
Yeah,
blame
one
him
of the
on
seriously.
best
it.
point guards in NBA history.
But my
You
thing
know,
is, why does Luka claim about going to the free throw line like he can shoot free throws? He's a horrible free throw shooter.
Yeah.
yeah,
Oh, by the
yeah.
way, saying lower free throw percentage than Shaq in the finals.
You know what I'm saying? Like you
Mm,
think like you
that's
think he shoot
crazy.
like KD or something. Like I can see if he shoot like KD at the free throw line, I'm like, okay, I understand you aren't gonna make these free throws, but bro, you go to the free throw line, you can miss both of them. Like what the hell? You have a better percentage of shooting a 3-pointer than the free throw. So I'm not saying why are you complaining? Like I just don't get it,
Right.
dog. Like
Yeah,
I
you,
just
you
hate
can see
it.
him definitely being very immature on the court. Like even when he got the sixth foul, he gonna yell at the bench, "Y'all better Review that shit.
Better tell
A blind man can see that shit wasn't a damn charge. You too slow
Right.
footed. And
Right.
they really were going after him the last 5 possessions. That's why I
Right.
give Joe Mazzulla credit. It's like, okay, last year, it's not really the players' part where I'm giving Mazzulla the credit. It's really his own performance. When he was calling timeouts, the lineup changes, knowing when to attack certain guys. That's why I'm giving him his credit. I totally agree with you on the fact that the players are ready made. It's like Barry Switzer when Jimmy Johnson left. Like Barry Switzer ain't really do shit. Them niggas they know how to play already. It was the
John
fact
Gruden,
that
Tampa Bay.
yeah, same thing, but it's the fact of knowing when to call those timeouts and knowing when to attack certain guys. That's why I feel like he's improved and understand this personnel. Like putting Derek White and letting him cook show like early in the season, that to me, helped them out down the stretch. A lot of time when Tatum and Brown were kind of worn down, it allowed them to just really kind of take a step back a little bit. So
Yeah.
So
Like it's. Oh, go ahead. Cuz.
no. Please go ahead, 25. Go ahead, 25. I'm still thinking.
No, I was just gonna say, like, something that's crazy to me, and I know that you can't really take much out of this, but I like to look at numbers and stuff. Derek Lively is shooting 70% in this series from the floor. Gafford is shooting 80% at the floor, and but they've only taken 25 combined shots in these
I was
three
about to
games.
say that. That was about to be my next question. You answered right for. I was about to say, well, how many shots have you taken?
You know what I mean? And this is the problem. And Mike and Lethal will appreciate this. I don't think Lethal there no more, but he'll appreciate this. Is that like, and Ro won't appreciate this. Ro gonna get mad when I say it, but it just is what it is. But but this is the part where we miss a post game. You know what I mean? Because
come on now,
this is
come
where
on now,
Lively and Gafford could be putting their backs on Jason Tatum's chest,
easily working them.
on Jalen Brown's chest, and getting Luka a few minutes or a few seconds within a possession, Kyrie a few seconds within a possession to catch their breath as they back somebody down, kick it back out, whatever. Like they don't got to score, they ain't got to shoot per se, but just show the threat of being able to put it down there.
I'm
Yeah,
not gonna lie to you. I think Luka's one of them players where, if Kyrie wasn't who Kyrie was, Luka wouldn't want to pass the ball to him either. Like Luka just one of
Right.
them players. I just think he want to do 1-on-5. Like you look at his gameplay. Like Luka will bring the ball up. He might pass it back, and he just start doing. He think he James Harden, start doing all this dribbling, and try to do a step back three. It's like, bro, there's no
yeah,
offense.
that shit be
Well,
trash.
well,
No,
well,
there's
that's
no
where
plays
Jason
being
Kidd
ran.
gives me problems because they'll have these moments where it's like, all right, Kyrie, go do your thing. But usually when they do that, Luka's not on the floor anymore.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So it becomes Kyrie, do your thing, but I don't even have my other threat out here.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
then it's like Luka, take over. But now Kyrie's getting a breather. So it's
Mm-hmm.
like you're not even giving them something to think about.
Right.
They're gonna
Just
load up.
imagine
It's like when these
if
guys on the
imagine
bench, they're
if
gonna
they could
load
have
up on
worked
them.
out if it could have worked out with Porzingis, Kyrie
Oh,
with Porzingis, and goddamn Luka. I think if Luka could have been able to be a team player and they would have used Porzingis the
Cups,
right way.
Mike was out here talking all this trash a couple of weeks ago. Tim Hardaway ain't hit a shot since May 18th.
Oh man, yeah,
They
I was
finally put him
I
on
was
the
Yeah,
100%
bench.
wrong.
Scored
Keep
no
that nigga
points
on
in
the
his
bench.
He
Keep
played
that
like
nigga
what
on the
20
bench
something
though.
minutes.
I was
How many
wrong.
points
I'm
he
like,
had? 0 points.
and
4
look,
points
he
or
had
something like that.
open looks too. I'm like, what is he doing? How's he missing this?
Oh, I tell you what he doing. He just played himself on to Detroit. That's what he did.
Shit, he might be in a G
Hey, he
League.
might be the best shooter on their team. So he
But
he
no,
could be the best shooter on their team.
hey, he can come to Chicago. Come right to Chicago. He
and
can
then
come
look,
right to Chicago.
and then Mike, where's your boy Hardy at?
Hey, I don't know. He ain't getting no love. Your boy X him out there balling though.
He was,
It's
but you
amazing.
waited
It's
until game 3 to
amazing.
play him.
You know what's
Yeah,
funny to me?
I don't
And
know
that's why
what
I
kid
laugh
is
at.
doing. Yo.
You know what's funny to me? That's why I laugh at the media. And that's why I don't fall into those bandwagon traps. But just 2 weeks ago, a week ago, everybody was just saying how miraculous of a coach Jason Kidd is, and Jason Kidd's the man, and
See,
he do all this
I'll be
bad, blah
saying
blah
that
blah.
shit.
And then a week later, now you're down 0-3. Now it's like, what the hell, Jason Kidd doing? Now you know what I'm saying. Now Mavericks looking real trash. So looking back to reality, it's just amazing how up and down the media goes. Like
Hey,
Well,
I
one
don't
series
trust
can lead
that
to the
man ever
next.
since he tried to play Giannis at point guard.
Exactly. I've always questioned like how is he getting these fucking jobs? Like other than being a great player, like what's the qualification of being a great coach? Like I got to see the imprint. Like I know Rick Carlisle's a good coach. I've seen him, in multiple situations. I see
Right,
Spoelstra.
right,
We know his plays out of timeout. His his plays out of when you behind the backboard. You know what I'm saying? Like you see him in a lot of situations where he's inserted guys in certain spots. Like these coaches, you don't really see their imprint. They just be
right.
guys out there to me. I mean,
Well,
Budenholzer is a good defensive coach, or Tibbs, but
well,
a lot of time when these coaches come up
Yeah, I
now,
say
you like,
Tibbs is a good
what do
coach.
they do well?
I say
Like,
Tibbs is a good
what's
coach.
their thumb on it? Like, you
well,
would know before that, like, the identity. It goes back to what
well,
25 said a minute ago. All these guys play exactly the same. They don't have an identity. So it's like, if it's not screen and roll ISO, what are we doing?
like Kid has been fortunate because if I remember correctly, this is his third job,
Yeah.
and in two of those jobs he had Luca and Giannis.
Yep.
So he's been fortunate, is what it is. Like, obviously Brooklyn, fell apart, when he
Mm-hmm.
was there. But I think he's one of those people. He reminds me a lot of Dabo Sweeney down at Clemson, where he's probably just a great motivator. Like
Mm.
he's the guy
Okay.
that, he's got the slogans and everybody's like, yeah, like they buy into what he's saying,
Mm-hmm.
but somebody else needs to be the one quarterbacking.
Everybody need to
Like you said,
stop
like,
getting scared of
like
the
you need a
goddamn
strong
stars.
assistant.
Yeah, like like I was watching Winning Time last night, and Westhead
You
had
watching
Pat
that damn
Riley
good shit
there.
again?
Well, I didn't finish it yet, so you know what I mean. Like,
It's your first
I
time
got
watching it?
well the second season. I saw the first season, but this is
Oh
my first
shit!
time
I didn't
watching
even make
the
it to the
second.
second season. I mean, I watched
I,
the
But
first season. I
I
didn't
hadn't
even
even
watch
watched.
the second season.
but Pat Riley was necessary because he was the one that would take Magic to the side after practice or you know after a game and just kind of one on one with Magic, like, yo, what do you want? Do you want to win or what?
Man, they said
Like
Pat
he
Mhm.
was
Riley. They
kind
said
of
Pat
that
Riley wasn't
guy.
even coaching, man. They said Pat Riley was just on the sideline looking smooth, man. That's all they said. They said Magic gonna give him that thing. That was just
Shit,
coming.
Pat Riley
That's what
was
they said.
wild, yo.
They
Hey,
said Pat
Pat
won't. They said
Riley,
Pat
Pat
won't.
Riley might be a top 6 or 7 coach, if not top five.
Yeah,
I think so.
I heard what you're saying as far as the numbers. Well, I'm just telling you what the
Right,
behind
right,
the
right, right.
scenes saying. Like, I'm just telling you what the They said Pat was just on the sideline, just looking pretty.
But that's what I think
Yeah,
Jason Kidd needs, because that's the other thing about Missoula that we unfairly banged on him last year. Because one, he was a first-time head coach. You know what I mean? And
Hmm.
two, like he lost like 3 assistants. From Ime's staff. Like Damon Stoudemire went and took a job. Hardy's coaching in Utah right now. So he was not only a first-time coach, but they lost their experience in their assistant room as well.
Yeah.
end of the day,
I
man,
mean,
it just goes to show, bro. You got to have your 2 stars, but you got to have 1 through 5 got to be able to shoot the ball. And so when it comes to the playoffs, your role players, that's what it comes down to.
It's a great
You know
point.
what I'm
It's
saying?
a great point, dog. It's a great point.
That's what it comes down to. Nobody wants to give credit to the role players until the role players submission shots. It's like, oh shit, why the hell he take that shot? But when they make them shots,
Yeah.
it's all, you know what I'm saying. You love them because we all know the stars is going to balance each other out. They gonna get about 60 points between each other. You know what I'm saying, between both teams. But the other
Hmm.
40, 30 points, you need the stars. You know what I'm saying. Derek White come around, he gonna hit a key 3 here and there. Drew Holiday give you 14. You got Porzingis gonna give you this. You know what I'm saying. Like it has to be a team thing.
But we also have to remember that Kyrie's the only dude on Dallas that has any experience for real.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like none of these
that's true.
PJ Washington ain't been in no damn playoffs. You know what I mean? Like let
Nope.
alone this far. Like Derek Jones hasn't been a factor. Gafford was in Washington.
Mm-hmm.
And I think Chicago before that.
Yes.
Lively's a rookie.
In
But
our
that's
G
one of those
League,
things. It's like
come on.
2-5. It's like when you there though. I'm not for the excuses. I understand. Like, 'cause
No, no, no,
ain't no
no, no,
guarantee.
not
Ain't
at
no
all, not at
guarantee
all.
you gonna get there next year. You know what I'm
Right,
saying?
right.
Like,
But that's what I'm saying though. Like, it just shows that experience matters though. Like,
right. Oh yeah,
like Dallas
definitely,
has no
definitely.
excuse to be what they are right now, but it just shows that experience matters.
Let me ask you. You think the Timberwolves
Yeah,
gonna
and the
better be
fact that
above
they
us?
can't get those lobs anymore. You got to
Yeah,
be
they
able to
can't get
shoot.
those
You got to be able
lobs
to do something
anymore.
else and catch a fucking lob. That's like, as I'm saying, like that's why I always talk about the era. These guys are not skilled enough to play in other eras. Like if
Which is
your whole thing is
crazy.
I can get rebounds and get a fucking lob, that's not a player. What the fuck?
Which is
Like if you're a
crazy because
power
if you go
forward, you can
back,
be able to shoot them.
Well, see, I would see
it's
with
crazy because if you go back to Lively's high school videos and stuff, he was shooting threes.
yeah, you got to
That's
think about it. That's what I'm
crazy.
saying. When you get to, when you get to, well, you got to think about all these guys when they play like in high school, everybody was like talented, but it's like once you get to the league, your position changes. So you might go from being the man to now this role player. Now went from shooting 25 shots to now maybe getting 10 shots a game.
Right.
And if guys ain't putting in that extra work, meaning if you're not putting in that extra work after the game, getting them shots in, getting them shots in before the game, then you're gonna be cold when it's time to get you in. That's why Hardaway looks like the way he looking. He ain't putting in that extra work
Yeah,
yet, obviously, because
he
when he
looked
get in the
bad,
game, he
man.
looking like some shit. Like you can tell he just been
He had
sitting
me looking
back
like
and
a fucking fool. I said,
you
damn,
know what I'm
cuz, what the
saying?
fuck
Like,
is he
and
doing,
that's the
man?
thing is like when you're a role player, it's like, bro, you got. That's why they always say when your time is be ready. When they call when you call your
You're
name, you
right.
got to be ready. The people
That's
be
a
saying
fact.
that shit,
Hauser is
but you know what I'm
always ready.
saying.
That hand is always hot, boy.
Yeah, man, that's my guy, man.
Sam
Marty stand
Hauser.
up.
Sam Hauser's here.
So yeah, man, these guys, and then like to your point, Dallas, when we say you don't think these guys can play the other eras, I think I mean, it's just a matter of what you was raised into. So obviously, if we was raised in the era of seeing how rough it was, then yeah, these guys will be because your game will be adjusted to it. You know what I'm saying? Like you'll be physical thought the whole way up, but it's like the game has been isolated, it's so ISO now, and it's more of your handles and your
I'm
shots,
just talking
and
from
you
a
know what
shooting
I'm saying? It's
perspective.
like
Well, just even if they were to bring back, and I understand, you know what I'm saying, how people talk about, you know, the they don't, since they don't allow you to, you know, to touch, like it's easy for, you know, blowbys or whatever. But I still feel like even if they allowed hand checking, like if you was to watch the drills, like the cone work and the shit that people, I still feel like they would still adjust and still be able to shake and move around that. Like, especially like with the way that even bigs nowadays can put the ball on the floor. Like,
yeah,
Mhm.
I
that's
still
that's
feel
for starters. Today's bigs would kick the other bigs' ass because they wouldn't be able to. Just the fact of Shaq trying to guard Porzingis at the 3-point line will kick his ass. Like he'd be like, "What the fuck?" Like they'd be leaving his ass. Now,
Well, great
granted, when
players.
Shaq gets the ball, when it's the other way around, when Shaq has the
Right,
ball, you know what I'm
right.
saying? They could be,
yeah.
but threes are more than twos. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
So
great
And I
players are
feel like we
great
see that.
players.
I feel like we see, my bad 2-5, but I feel like we see that play out with Jokic and Embiid, because we see the way that Jokic will tear the league up, win MVP, win the championship, but when they play Philly, that shit just don't look good, bro.
Like
Like,
great players are great players. Like you know what I mean? Like your LeBrons, your people of that, your Jokic's, like they can do that stuff. You know what I
mhm.
mean? But when you look at it, the question becomes people like Jalen Brown, even. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like he gets a lot of what he gets because of what Tatum creates, or because of the defense's emphasis on Tatum. So like that's why like we were talking a few weeks ago about like who would we take over Jalen Brown, and that's a tough conversation to have because if you put Jalen Brown on another team, he's not the type of dude that can take the ball and facilitate and do all those things. Whereas if I put Jason Tatum on another team, he plays the same way that he plays in Boston because
I wonder if
like it would be
next
like
year. I
Kevin
wonder if
Durant
next.
where you could fit anywhere.
You think next year? You think defenses focus attention on Jalen Brown? So whether they say the coverages that Tatum was getting, they say they put it on Jason on Brown
I
just to
hope
say,
so.
okay,
I think
hey,
you
you
do
think
that I think you do it in crunch time. You know what I mean? Like maybe not for the whole game because that's what
mm,
happened last night.
yeah,
Jason Tatum had his best game of the finals offensively,
mm,
but he went 1 for 5 in the fourth quarter.
right,
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Jalen Brown went 4 for 7. You know what I
mm,
mean? Like, and that's the difference between Finals MVP is that, like I was saying, throughout the course of these playoffs, Jalen Brown just makes the play when you need the play.
right,
Like,
Well, look,
Tatum might have
mm,
better
let,
numbers. You know what I
right,
mean?
let me
But
say
but
this.
but but Jalen Brown makes the play.
Well, let me
right.
say this. Put it in reverse though. What if Lucas guarding Jason Tatum?
Then Jason Tatum is going to feast.
So I
Right.
mean, I feel like that's what's happening. I feel like Brown had the matchup against Luca, and they kept
But
exploiting that shit. Not to say
but
that he wasn't doing a great job. I'm just saying that it just show you that they're trying to stop Tatum first. They're not gonna try to stop Jalen Brown first.
but also like I've always said, nobody can stop Jason Tatum, except for Jason Tatum. Jason Tatum
True,
just does a really good job at stopping Jason Tatum. Like
true.
nobody forced him to take those dumbass shots that he was
Nobody.
taking
Them shits
last
was
night.
so, bro. I couldn't. I'm
I
like,
see,
what is this
and
nigga
I think,
doing,
and
man?
I think that's what plays also into his mind, where he thinks like, okay, I'm the man, so I gotta take these shots, like I gotta
Right, the
be
Mamba mentality.
right.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
it's
what
just
that.
not
Yeah,
smart shots though. And my thing,
yeah.
even my mama mentality. Kobe took a lot of shots, but they weren't bad shots.
I mean, some were dumb shots, but he
No,
was able to
Kobe
make
took a
them.
lot of dumb shots. He just
He
made
was
them.
able to make a. He made a lot of them.
Yeah,
That's what it came down
like
to. Like,
it's like Steph Curry, right? Like half of
Not in the
Steph Curry's
not in the
offense is
finals though.
dumbass shots.
I
Like
mean,
like
but
half of Steph's offense is
Yeah,
dumbass shots. He just makes them.
Kobe had some bad finals. I mean, you think about it, the game 7 against the Boston Celtics, when the last final that they won, Kobe played horrible. I think he was like,
yeah. I'm saying
you
the
know,
type of shots though. He was getting to his spots. I feel like
yeah, he was.
Tatum, the way Tatum shoots shots, I don't know what his spots are. At least with
No, one
Kobe,
of
I knew
I
he
see what
worked
it
the
is. I think
elbow.
now
it's
one of
because
the
the Boston.
differences between Mike and Kobe is that Mike took 2 to 3 fadeaways a game, and you had to respect it. So he was able to do other things. Kobe was taking like 6 or 7. You know what I mean? And that's the difference. That's why Jordan could shoot 50% and Kobe was at 44.
And I also think with Tatum, problem is also with Boston has issues because Boston wants to shoot threes all the damn time. Boston wants to get up
Yeah,
like
style of
35
play.
Yeah,
threes.
they took 46 last night.
Right. I remember, yeah, like at one point, when Boston was down, I think it was still like in the first quarter. I think Boston was down. I want to say, I think it was like 6-11 at one point, but Boston took like 4 threes, and they missed all of them. I think Derrick White had shot like 3 of them, and they missed all of them. But those were possessions that the Mavericks could have really went away with it, but they came down with missing shots as well. But it's just like that's what Boston do. They just shoot the three so
Hmm.
much that they either shoot their way into a game or they can shoot their ass right out of a game. So,
Yep.
you
Yeah,
know,
and that's why Dallas is dead because like game 2 was probably the worst half that the first half of that game was probably the worst half that we saw from Boston in this whole playoff. And
mm,
then last night, the first quarter wasn't much better than that.
yeah, it's like Boston doing. It's like Boston treating them like how Denver was playing against the Lakers. It's like, all right, we'll let y'all go out there and get a little excited real quick, and then it's like, all right, we're gonna put our clamps on it. Because like once Boston
Yeah.
hawked them down, they took the lead and they just never looked back. You know what I'm saying? It
Right,
was like that
right.
was a wrap. Like,
I
and then
will
at the
say though,
counter
I don't think I've ever seen a 21-point lead get cut down so fast though.
threes. Oh, all they do was shot threes. Like Alexi like shot like 2, 3 threes like back to back. It's like, come on, like god damn.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro. So, do you think that we just have the team? Because I mean, everybody talks about we shoot so many threes. We shoot so many threes. So many threes. We were still second in 3-point percentage as team like league wide.
Uh-huh.
Do you feel like Jason Tatum takes these shots because he feel like he has the luxury to do so?
Well, I think it's just the flow of the offense. That's what Missoula wants. Like, he's done interviews where Missoula's basically like, that's what we do. Like, you kick it until you get a good 3-point shot or whatever, and you take it. So he's playing within the offense. Like it's just that sometimes he get these moments where, so like going back to the point that I made about playing in the post. Jason Tatum will get somebody on him that's like 6'4", and instead of going to the bucket, he's like, I can see over this dude, so I'm gonna take this shot. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So he's still using his height. He's just using it out there instead of down here.
Yeah, that's one thing I will say this new generation does on this new era. Like nobody really likes going to the cup. Everybody rather take a jump shot. Like, you got people who go to the rim here and there, but through the course of a whole game, you probably can count on your fingers how many times people actually go into the rim and finish it. Like you say, it would be
Right.
mismatches all the time. Like I said, JT would have a 6'4" person under them, but they rather take the shot. Luka would have a mismatch. He'd rather step back and take a three. Like, you know what I'm saying? You'd be like, bro, like, just take the jumper right there. Like, it just doesn't make sense.
Yeah, there's plays where Lively ends up with Drew Holiday on him.
Yeah,
Well,
and still don't
He
take the
kicks it
shot.
out. Like,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
like take your hook shot.
You know what I mean?
So
Something,
2-5,
dog.
let me ask you this, 2-5. Do you think Paulo is not assertive or aggressive?
No, Paulo definitely is. You know what I mean? Like Paulo, he's a killer.
Yeah, he
You
is.
know what I'm saying? He's a killer. He just doesn't have anybody on his team that can match. Like Jalen Suggs had a career year this year shooting from three. But for the most part, that's why you see they're looking at Klay Thompson, because they don't have anybody to play off of Paulo right now.
Mm.
Yeah,
Because
they got three guys
Paulo,
that's the same guy.
Yeah, yeah,
Paulo had an
You got
all-star
Gary, you got
year.
Gary Harris, Markel Fultz, Cole, and
yeah.
Suggs. They're like the same player.
If Paulo averaged 3, 4 more points, he might have been in the MVP conversation.
It just goes to
But that's
show
what
how
I'm
hard it
saying
is to
though.
really pick
Paulo
out there in the
was on
draft.
the,
Because
on the on where we talk about Tatum playing on the stacked team, him and JP still managed to put up 19 to 20 attempts while we talk about nobody being around Paulo, and Paulo was an aggressive player, but he still only put up 17 attempts
because
per game.
Orlando doesn't have so like Boston has Drew Holiday who can run the point. They have Derek White who can run the point at moments. Like you probably don't want him running point the whole game, but like he can do it for a lot of possessions if necessary. Orlando is Paulo or bust. Like their guards are like Cole Anthony, Jalen Suggs, Markel Fultz. None of those dudes are offense operators. They're scorers that are little, so they play point guard. You know what I mean? So like Paulo is, for all intent and purposes, their point guard. Tatum does it because he has the skill to, but Boston still has the other people that could do it in scenarios where you could put Jason Tatum in other positions to score. Paulo is Orlando's offense.
So you,
That's
you
it.
don't
And
feel
I
like
feel like Orlando has had a lot of opportunities to grow that team, and they just haven't did it. Like they traded Vucevic away. They have Wendell Carter. They got the I think the Wagner, brothers. But it's like it's a bad combination. So I even think even getting Clay might be stupid to be real because they don't have nobody that can really play, and they're a good team defense, but they're not really stopping anybody. Like
Clay ain't
you
going
gotta
no
really. I
goddamn
think you
well
gotta
there,
really
though.
get Pablo somebody that he can really play with. That's to the same level. And I just wanted to highlight too. Y'all name a whole lot of Dukes too. Shout out my Duke University.
End of the
No,
day,
but that's
Orlando they're gonna have to draft them. They're gonna have to draft them another good. They're gonna have to find them another gem in the draft because then, end of the day, there's no veteran player that's going to sign with the Orlando Magic. They're just too
no,
young. You know what
no,
I'm saying? Let's just be real. Klay Thompson's not going to Orlando. They can make an offer to
no.
him, but he's not
Yeah,
going
I
they
to
heard
go. They
Clay.
go
Orlando.
to
I
have.
heard Clay going to OKC.
Bro, he's not going to OKC though.
If
They
I
might
was
make an offer
OKC,
to
I'd
him.
tell Clay to go sit his ass down.
You know what I'm saying? Like, say Clay
Man,
gonna go somewhere old. He might go sit his ass with the Lakers. The Lakers,
OKC
we go
needs
to pay them
a
old ass
body.
players.
OKC needs somebody that can put their butt on somebody and box out. That's what they need.
Yeah,
What
you know what I'm
about
saying?
what
Clay
about
old,
what
man. He
about the
fried.
Pacers? What about
because I
Clay and the
mean,
Pacers?
well,
Bro, he's not
No,
going
they
to
play too
Indiana,
fast for
bro.
him.
Yeah, exactly. What is you talking about, bro?
I'm just asking, bro.
I
I
just tell you, he gonna go to an old ass team like the Lakers. He gonna come down to us old asses. You know what I'm saying? We
okay.
good for picking up old age veterans.
No, but I mean, no.
man.
Honestly, when I think of Clay, I think of Philly.
Yeah, it takes
bro, they
about
just
time
need to
for him.
upgrade Tobias Harris, and it will be fine.
Yeah, because
Maxi
Tobias
And
is
that
hurt
might
now.
be where Paul
Embiid
George
can
comes in.
get you wherever you need to go. Maxi and Embiid can get you wherever you need to go as long as you have a
Bro,
better Tobias
MB gonna
Harris.
be hurt in the playoffs, so you might as well cancel MB out.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
It's the same shit for 10 years. Like I'm tired of
Like
hearing about this
Raph brought
MB
up,
shit.
something that Raph brought up was Philly should trade for, or yeah, I think he's not a free agent. They should trade for Brandon Ingram.
Philly?
I don't think the
Yeah,
Pelicans will let him go though.
I don't know if he fits, but
Boston
it's
need to pick
interesting.
him up for out.
Boston don't need to pick up
Oh,
nobody.
so they're about to pick up nobody. They're about to pick up a
Bro,
championship.
I'm just trying to. No, I'm saying like, get rid of Al Horford, bring in Brandon Ingram. That'd be an easy upgrade. You know what I'm
That
saying?
is not the same thing at all, though. Like Brandon Ingram messes up what Boston does.
You don't even play
Yeah,
defense.
he'll mess it up because he don't play no defense.
Like you know what Brandon Ingram would be if he went to Boston? He would be Rudy Gay.
Literally.
Plus, Bi needs the ball. He's not a catch and shoot, bro. He got to make his own play.
Yeah, that's why I like because when you look at Boston, nobody's like that impressive. You know what I mean? Like
Everybody
Hauser's not
makes
an
plays.
impressive dude.
Everybody, you know what I'm saying? Anybody can make a play. Like, it's like anybody can put up 20. Anybody can put up 15.
But
like
anybody,
anybody
all those guys, every last one of them players are catch and shoot players. Though, like
Yeah, all
every
those
last one of them
guys
catch it.
fit the philosophy. Like Brandon Ingram would want to be Tatum if he was on that offense,
Exactly.
but not
He
want to
wanna be
pass
like
the
Jay
ball.
Brown.
Yeah, he
Right.
would be Tatum with Jalen Brown's brain.
Mhm.
And Boston stole Vince Williams was a sneaky type deal. Like he kind of
That's one
showed
thing
his
I got to get to
presence.
Boston. Brad Stevens did. He definitely did some
Yeah,
good.
he
did
definitely
some
did.
good
Yeah.
pick this, and like I said, picking up Porzingis, trading for Holiday, getting Derek White. And those are three pieces that nobody
Yeah, I
wants
still
to
don't
talk
know
about.
why
Like,
Milwaukee did what they did. Like, you know what I mean?
well,
Like,
think about it.
Because
Milwaukee
you know
traded
why?
him to Portland. They traded him to Portland though. They didn't think he was gonna get traded to Boston. So you got to
Yeah,
think about it. They
that
no,
was
traded
I
him
it.
know,
to
I
the
know,
West.
but if I'm Milwaukee, I would have moved Middleton. I would have kept Holiday.
Yeah, but I
I get
think
what you're saying.
they were looking for a name, and I think they were trying to.
Yeah,
See, that's
that's
why
all
you
it
can't listen to.
was.
Well, that's why you
It was
can't listen to
always
guys.
the
Listen to
name.
guys like players that try to tell you what to do. Like that's what I'm saying. It's got this shit has gotten to a point where players need to shut the fuck up and let the executives do what they do. Period. Point blank.
Well, see,
You
the thing about it, it's sometimes it works. It's real rare if it works the first year. And everything now, where everything is microwave. Everybody wants microwave food. Nobody wants to put shit in the oven and let it take its time and marinate and cook and all that shit. You know what I'm
Well,
saying?
the
Everybody wants.
problem is that these teams keep bringing in these coaches, but they're not giving the coaches the teams that they had when they were successful. Doc wasn't successful with a Dame. He was successful with a Rondo
That's what I say
exactly.
too. The coaches are not picking their players either.
and a CP3. Yeah,
The
like
coaches
those
are
were the
just
dudes
being.
that
They're
Doc
just
had success with.
man. Doc ain't shit. They call them players.
So
Doc is
y'all don't feel
trash.
like
Man,
so y'all feel
Well,
like
I
y'all
call him
don't feel like
midwife, but
y'all don't feel like Steve Nash was shafted. Y'all feel like he was really just bad at his job.
I think
yeah,
that we
Steve
don't
Nash was some
know. I
shit.
think I think we don't know. I think that he was like a young coach that never got the chance to develop, so we don't
I
know.
think he was too. I think he was just too little height
Like like
wise.
he-
Like
like that's the problem is that you can't put Steve Nash on a team like that has championship aspirations right away.
now think about it.
You
Steve
But
Nash
I
had
mean,
one coaching
nobody
job, and that
showed up for him though. The whole KD said, "Well, bro, okay, I don't
no
want to go there."
no. Tell the whole story. What happened was Giannis went on a heat-seeking mission for Kyrie's knee and ankle.
I'm just saying.
That's what happened. He knocked Kyrie out of that series, and then Harden ended up tearing his hamstring. You know, in the same series, KD wearing shoes that's too big for him
you know what's amazing to me? I feel like where Harden wants to be at, he seems to stay healthy. Like so when he got to the Clippers, Harden was healthy the
because
whole
he's
damn
lazy.
time. When he was on
If
the Clippers, he
he
stayed
ain't
healthy
on
though.
offense, he ain't moving. You know what I'm saying? That's the Spider-Man meme. Him and Luca. You
And
know?
my thing is,
Yeah,
every guy y'all name, you see they've been in multiple places. They don't know what they're
Right,
doing. They just
right.
cry
So
about this, that, and third. Oh, I can't play here. I can't play with this guy. I can't do this. These guys are really fucking their careers up, in my opinion. Like, I don't
So
agree
this
with
is the
Rashard
thing.
McGinn when he said that, but I think that
if I'm
they're putting
hiring,
themselves in positions where they're going to literally look back in time and be like, why did you decide to go there when you had it made here? Like, there's no reason
yeah,
why they should have broke that team up.
yeah. If
So
I'm
you don't
hiring
like player
Steve
mobility.
Nash, huh? Say that again.
You know what?
So Dallas Mike is not a fan of player mobility.
No, I am. It is the fact that you're doing it and you're not going on the journey. You're again, I do agree with he said you're cheating the game. You're literally saying, "Oh, I didn't win this year. We put all this shit together, and I didn't they only be together for 2 years, 2 year pockets. Or we didn't win this year, and I need to go somewhere else." Like I'm like, bro, what the fuck is wrong with y'all? Like y'all are just literally cheating yourselves. Really, you're not really cheating the game. You're cheating yourself
Yeah.
because
If you,
you
yeah,
they will look back in time and really see you and be like, okay, he was on 5 teams. Like, damn, like what was he doing? when he was in the prime of his career. You're not Charles Barkley nigga with the old knees. You know what I'm saying? So I don't get it. You're not Ray Allen.
You could look at a player like Russell Westbrook.
I was just about to ask you, what was he supposed to do?
He's been on like 7 teams, but he's been traded on all those teams for the most part. Outside,
yeah, a lot of times Russell, his style of play doesn't fit with other people. So the team realizes, okay, he's a talented guy, but he's not a team guy. He's somebody that you really, you look at, okay.
We got you to go to Mike.
Lost him.
No, I'm here. Hold up. I was talking.
No, that's you. I was
to
talking to
Raptors. Oh, my bad. But
lost Mike.
Am I here? We here?
Lost your Mike. There we go.
We got you, Dallas Mike.
Yeah. I felt like that Russell, he gets on teams, man, and he does a really good job of knowing how to play, but he doesn't play with players well. Other than this year, I think he did a really good job, and I think he did a good job when he went to Washington. I feel like the less talent he plays with, you just got to give him guys that can play. Not saying they got to be superstars, but I look at him as like trying to prove that, yo, I'm really one of the best too. And it's like, you ain't got to do all that shit, nigga. Like, just play your game. So I'm not saying I don't want guys to move around. I'm just saying I feel like when guys do move around, they're moving around too much, and they don't have to.
They being hoes.
Literally.
Because because I mean, think about it. Like Giannis, right? I understand. I mean, obviously he didn't move, but like I understand Giannis's point of like, yo, I'm here to win championships, X, Y, Z. He got there and he wants to get back. But at the same time, you got to look, Chris Middleton's been hurt off and on. You know what I mean? Like, so first of all, your number 2, your Robin or whatever you want to call him, hasn't even been whole. So for you to try to like hold the franchise hostage basically and be like, fix this or I'm leaving is bullshit in the first place. Because if y'all like with LeBron when he left Cleveland, it was like, okay, like we can't get nobody else to come in here, and these other teams are loading up. I'm starting from behind to begin with, and I got to be superhuman for us to even have a chance. So I get it. But to me, this is just me, he ain't have no reason to leave Miami. You know what I'm saying? Because even though Dwayne Wade was hurt and old, Chris Bosh, whatever, like Pat Riley has shown, he has a track record of showing that I'm willing to do what's necessary to build championship contenders. And whatever the case may be.
That's why he had to leave, though. Him and LeBron, it was hell.
No. It wasn't that they weren't getting along. He wasn't kissing LeBron's ass, is what it was.
Listen, there was enough for
just like what was it? Tim Duncan? Was it Tim Duncan that was supposed to go to Orlando?
You took my cookies off the plane, B. I got a problem with
that. Like what was it? Was it Tim Duncan that was supposed to go to Orlando, but they wouldn't let his family, so he decided to go back to the Spurs? That has nothing to do with getting along. That has to do with you want everything your way. And
I got you 2 championships, bro. I got you 2 championships, being here 4 times. You take my cookies off the plane. All I want is some cookies.
D Wade got me 2 championships too, and guess what? You fucked it up because Dwayne Wade was on his way to Finals MVP when you decided to choke it. Yeah, he was going to win Finals MVP again, and then LeBron choked in 2011.
Well, listen, man, let's go. Somebody was fucking his mom. So that shit is.
No, it ain't got nothing to do with that. Delonte been fucking his mom for 10 years before that. You know what? Somebody fucking my mom right now. You think I'm distraught?
So we don't
it's not your coworker though. Not your coworker.
You know what I'm saying? If my coworker was fucking my mom, then my coworker fucking my mom. I just go fuck his mom.
You act like that Dallas team was trash. That's supposed to say Dallas team that had swept the Lakers too. Like that's not like that Dallas team was trash. Like
you know what I'm saying? Look, we'll be Pornhub up in there, mom swap. But anyway, hey y'all, I gotta roll, y'all. I just wanted to stop in, say what's up for a few, check on y'all and everything.
Yes, sir. Be good.
You know what I'm saying? I will be here tomorrow night. One half of Sports Reports is ordered. 2-5. The unorthodox statistician going left so much that you thought I was southpaw. Kick ass Tank Davis this weekend. See y'all tomorrow night. Much love and peace.
All right, brother.
Word up, brother. Love.
Yes, sir.
That was motherfucking one half of Sports Reports as ordered. My bad, y'all. I was in the motherfucking kitchen.
Oh, you good. He must have seen you then. He was like, yeah, I'm going to get my own outro. That shit was smooth as a fool.
Hell yeah, no, that joke was food though. But yeah, no, so, man.
Let me
What
say
does
this too.
Dallas?
One,
What?
one thing we gotta look at too. I want to know who were free agents around that time that everybody said that nobody wanted to come to Cleveland. Because I know for a fact Antoine Jameson did
Yeah,
sign with
let me
Cleveland.
see. I mean, won't nobody big coming in. Like Chris Bosh said he won't
We're
come
like
back.
Michael,
Wade was
like Michael
yeah.
Red or Drew Gooden. I'm like, who are the free agents though? Like nigga be talking like it was mad free agents that just didn't want to go to Cleveland. Like
Nah, it won't nobody big. There won't nobody big that was gonna come to Cleveland. Hell no, that's why LeBron
NBA
had to
free
dip out.
agent. So the year this was June of 2014.
mhm.
The top free agents was Braun, Chris Bosh, Dirk, Melo, Lowry, Bledsoe. This John say Greg Monroe,
They were Detroit.
Lance Stevenson, Chandler Parsons,
Mm,
Dwayne Wade. This is CBS Sports. Listen to the top
gotcha.
free agent.
Okay.
Ranked 11 was Luau Deng. 12 was Gordon Hayward. 13, Marcin Gortat.
Dang, bro. You talk about a bust on the end of his career.
You know what I'm saying?
Lakers,
Trevor
Lakers
Ariza.
got a lemon, boy. When Lakers got him, boy, he was a lemon.
Who?
Luau Deng.
Oh yeah, he was terrible.
He was a
I don't know
lemon.
why y'all getting that big deal.
Bro, like Lakers had man, I'm trying to tell you that it was like once Dr. Bus passed away, brother, like the kids really didn't know what the hell they doing. And Jeannie still don't know what
The
the hell
stuff
she
that
doing to this day. Like
the stuff that was wilding, bro.
he didn't teach them the right way. Because honestly the way he ran business was kind of also wild shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's just like Lakers don't know what the hell they doing.
No, he
Now
didn't.
you about to get JJ Redick bum ass. Like, oh gosh.
So yeah, bro. I mean, as far as wait, was you talking about 2014 or 2015? Because 2015 it was Braun
I'm
again.
talking just in general about that time. Like
This
I
nigga's
know
a free
Larry Hughes
agent.
came there. Larry Hughes came and Antoine Jameson came. And they were both good players when they came.
No, yeah. All right. So this is after the return. All right. So you know, no, this is after the return.
Dallas Mike, what
Free-
games you going to this year?
Going to Carolina and Dallas.
Carolina gonna fuck y'all up.
I may go to a Bulls game. I want to go to a Washington game for everybody can go to. It's close.
But yeah, it's a Wizards jump for sure.
Yeah, I
You
bet
talking about Wizards or Commodore jump? I go see Jaden
Both.
Daniels, bro.
Both.
I'd have been to the Commodores. I can't waste my money going back there again. I'd have seen that field.
We can this tailgate.
Because see, like I said, my thing is my bucket list right now is visiting all the stadiums. So right now,
Okay.
I think I'm at like 5 out of 32. So I can't be wasting time going to.
And you about to go to the Nissan jump?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We gotta go to Nissan though. So I think that'll be 6. I think I'm at 5. Let me do my rundown. I did
That's smart.
Miami. I did Miami. I did MetLife.
Oh, how was Miami though? You was at the new Miami?
Yes, sir. Howard Cafe.
Woo, I know that shit was fire, bro.
Yeah, sir. I went to the Patriots Dolphins game. That was week 1. That was a game. We
Awesome.
lost though. Yeah, it was a beautiful.
Gotcha.
That shit was nice though. You know, so
Word
it was
up.
nice. I said so. Howard Cafe, Philly, MetLife, Washington. So that's 4. Oh, and what's the play in the Falcons, Mercedes-Benz
Okay.
Stadium. So I did 5. But I mean, of course, I didn't driven, but I didn't been near M&T Bank Stadium. I walked right past that shit. I didn't been past Bank of America Stadium. I done walked past the Cleveland Browns Stadium. So, but I don't count those until I actually sit my ass in them shits. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, so I've been to 5. So by the add Nissan next year, I'll be 6. So I do want to go to a Charlotte game. So you said Charlotte playing Dallas in Charlotte?
Yeah.
I think so. Hell yeah.
What week is that? Or what month?
I think it's like week what? I think it's like December something, 16th.
Oh, it's gonna be cold.
Cowboys, Panthers.
It wasn't that cold last year. It was definitely a nice little heat wave.
December 15th. 1 o'clock game.
I might go to that. I might mess with you on that, Dallas, Mike. Shit. Might mess with
Bank
you
of
on
America
that.
Stadium. That shit gonna be hard.
Yeah, that shit gonna be packed. All damn Cowboy fans and everybody going crazy.
And it's right
Yeah,
before the
we
yeah.
can definitely talk about that behind backstage or whatever. But in other news in sports world, Celtics about to sweep this.
Bro, we about to get this brew, bro. Get the brooms out. That's all. That's really all niggas gotta say. I've
Get
been
the
saying
brooms
that.
out for sure.
Get the brooms out, bro.
Yeah, facts. Get the brooms out, bro. It's been a good
I've been
month.
saying that
Man.
after game one. After game one, I was like, yeah, bro, go ahead, get the Jones
I
out,
said this.
man.
I said the same thing. I said they're gonna sweep before. Real talk.
I thought it was at least gonna be 6. I thought at least they was gonna at least get 2. But then after seeing first 2 games, I said, damn, they might not even get 1.
Yeah, bro. Nah, they're not. What does Dallas need to be able to contend? I mean, do they need to move off Kyrie? Do they need to reinforce the front court? Like, do they need to change the philosophy? Like,
Bro, it ain't nothing they can do. They just overmatched.
Nah, I just
That's
think
what
y'all are
it is.
different animals.
Yeah, y'all
I
just
think,
overmatched. Even if y'all tried not to play your hardest, y'all still would beat them.
yeah, literally.
Bro, Kyrie had 35. Like, I mean, what more do you want him to do? Want to put 50 up? I mean, like I said, Luka fouling out didn't help it at all. He just throwing temper tantrums. You know what I'm saying? So it was like that's. And then at the end of the day, even if y'all got one, even if they lost one game, you're not about to beat the Celtics 3 more times after that. So that's a dub.
even if they had a better team, like y'all, like they just.
I mean, if they had a better team, they wouldn't be down 0-3.
I'm just saying though, like, who could you see? What additions could you see? Like, or is Boston just that good?
I just think Boston just,
Yeah.
like I said, they just did a good job. They just was the best team in the NBA all year. This might be the first time I've seen a team from the beginning of the season to the end of the season be just demolish the whole league and run through the playoffs and do like they're supposed to do. We've seen teams kind of had a hot streaks and then not completed at the end. You know what I'm saying? So for Boston, the way Boston looked all year, they had to win. If Boston was to lose, they would be everybody get fired.
So if we win this jump, would you consider us better than the 73-9 team?
I mean, something like that. You probably have to go off the statistics. I mean, statistically, y'all probably will be the better team because y'all statistically was whopping on everybody out. But then I guess at that, they probably would bring context up. It's like, well, but you can't control who you play against as far as players being injured or that. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But y'all definitely probably go down as probably one of the good teams just because all statistic wise. But the way I did it wasn't real sexy or wasn't really, you know, I mean, when you blowing teams out by 20 and shit like that, there ain't too fashion behind it. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
y'all really want it as a team ball. Like, take JB drop 30 here, JT drop 40 here, this person do it. You know what I'm saying? It really was a team game. Well, it was just like one person just doing it the whole time. So,
Right.
you know.
No, I definitely feel that though, bro. I don't know where Dakota might win, but we done hit that hour mark in this here hot box, man. Goddamn, Dakota might done swerved on us. 2-5 done swerved on us, man. We gonna go ahead and let the windows down in this bad boy, man. I'm Styrofoam Rob. This is my dog, Roomy Road, man, reporting to the motherfucking hot box. You already know I have my dog with me. Goddamn, the illegitimate 4-1 Oracle, my dog, Bleed Blue, Nap Nation. Jay Lethal in the motherfucking building, man. You can catch the motherfucking hot box every Sunday, Monday, Thursday, and Friday. Today is currently Thursday, so you already know we're gonna be back tomorrow night, 7 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. We love y'all so much. Smoke with us.